NFL fans, welcome back to a brand new episode of the JL Day Sports Show. Today, we're talking about the Detroit Lions. We're doing a 7-round mock draft for a pretty stacked roster, man. If you take a look at your screen right here, guys, I mean, there's not a lot of holes. Cornerback is definitely a position of need, right? For sure. Terrion Arnold was not very good last year at all. The safeties are great. Linebackers are pretty solid. Most teams run out of nickel, so here we are. Offensive line, definitely the guard spots could use a little bit of an upgrade. Monangai didn't play a lot last year, but he had good grades when he did play, but he didn't play a lot. And Graham Glasgow, just a mediocre player at the guard position. He'll be 33 too. So a guy that can play guard is a very interesting spot as well. Okay. Let's take a look at who's on the board in the first round. Guys, if you like NFL content, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel. We're closing in on 15,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. When I'm looking at who's left, Jalen Walker makes a lot of sense, right? He could play off-ball linebacker. He can also play on the edge if you need him to. You can mix him around, put him all over the place, man, in your defense. Very versatile guy. I don't see a cornerback worth drafting here. Trey Amos maybe at 40 is a little bit of a reach. But if they think they need a big time body outside corner, Trey Amos makes a lot of sense. 6'1", 190, 23 years of age. But man, Jalen Walker's a freak. I love Gray Zabel too because he could play center. He could play both guard positions, and he played right tackle and left tackle in college, man. He's a true Swiss Army knife at the offensive line. So I'm very, very conflicted about who I'm going to choose here in the first round. Lions fans, let me know. Amarion Hampton's so good too. But the Lions have the running back position taken care of. So let me know, Lions fans, in the comments below. Who would you take? Would it be Walker? Would it be Gray Zabel? Would it be a guy like Josh Connolly? He's more of a tackle, but Zabel can play all those positions. He looked great at the Senior Bowl. He's just been excellent. Jalen Walker's more of a wild card. You're betting on the athleticism and trying to figure out where he plays in the NFL. But for a team that wants to win now and has the team to win now, I don't know if drafting a project in the first round is worth it. Especially, guys, if you look at Jalen Walker, he's terrible against the run. That's not great for an off-ball linebacker, right? And the missed tackle rate over 12%, that's pretty ass. And then even more ass, the passer rating allowed, 125.3. That ranks 600th in college football. I'm taking the sure thing. Gray Zabel goes to the Detroit Lions in the first round, and he's probably going to be a day one starter in my opinion. All right, next up, Lions fans, we're drafting at 60 overall. We got a ton, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, no 5, but a 6 and 3 7th round picks. A lot of roster fillers in this draft for the Lions. At 60 overall, looking at who's left. Looking at these corners makes a lot of sense. Norman Lott has been flying up draft boards as well. He's a really interesting player. Didn't really, grade out great, but the NFL seems to really like him. And they think he has a lot of potential in the NFL. I don't know if I see it or not, but ooh, baby. Ben Morrison, guys. Oh, Donovan Jackson's on the board too. Josiah Stewart makes a lot of sense as well. Taking a look at this, way this defense is constructed, bringing in another edge rusher. Opposite Darius Smith is there. Opposite Aiden Hutchinson. Could be very, very interesting, right? Josiah Stewart is an absolute beast. I think he fits this scheme. He's more of a 4-3 guy as well. And the Lions definitely kind of fit that mold, in my opinion, right? Kind of that traditional 4-3 defense. Man, Josiah Stewart, he's too good to pass up. The numbers were great. 6'1", 245. I want to see him at Ben Morrison, so good. I do like myself some Ben Morrison. But Josiah Stewart, they need another edge rusher. Pass rush win rate closing in on 30% is ridiculous. That makes 0 sense. The dude's a monster. 9 sacks. Added another 28 hits and hurries. The dude's a beast. I love that pick in the second round. All right, third pick, 101 overall. All right, guys. Seven Anaya is on the board somehow. He's a talented guy. Very talented guy. Deion Walker in the middle of that defense would make some sense. Let's take a look at corner. I want to add another corner to this room to compete. Let's have a competition at corner. Jacob Parrish from Kansas State. A lot of people really, really like him. He's got fluid hips. He's got the recovery speed. He's only 21, 5'10", 198. Track athlete. This guy can do it all, man. 5'10", 198. I wish he was a little bit taller. These other cornerbacks like Kobe Bryant, 6'1", 175, okay, 175 pounds. I don't know how that holds up, especially in the red zone. I don't necessarily love that. Melo Dotson probably makes a little bit more sense for me, 6'1", 190. Second team All-American at Kansas in 2024. Good build. He's ranking in the 50th percentile in height and length, though he is around 40th percentile in weight. But he could add a little bit of weight, in my opinion. He's got good technique. I like this pick. Jacob Parrish, good player. I think I like Melo Dotson the best. Back-to-back over 77 grades. Can do man coverage. Can defend the run a little bit. He can do man and zone equally as well. 7 forced incompletions. 5 interceptions. 4 touchdowns against. I don't necessarily love that. How's that play in the NFL? Jacob Parrish gave up 2 interceptions. Bryant gave up 2 touchdowns. Noah Williams, he's the guy I'm interested in too. 3 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. I do like myself some Noah Williams though, man. 6'1", 200. Great press man corner. You can put him at the line of scrimmage and he can just bully people because of his size. You know what? I'm taking a flyer down the board a little bit on Noah Williams in the 3rd round. Bringing in a big-bodied, tough cornerback, right? All right. We're drafting in the 4th round, guys. 4th round, we are drafting at number 133 at this spot. Center, guard, edge, linebacker, all positions of need. We want to tackle, edge, cornerback, bringing in some offensive line help. Willie Lampkin played a little bit of center as a rookie, played guard the last 2 years, played a little left guard, a little bit of center, a little bit of right guard. Really good interior offensive lineman. I'm going to bring another offensive lineman into this room. Offensive lines and defensive lines win championships. Look what the Eagles are doing. They got the skill position players. I like Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams, Sam Laporta. So I want to concentrate on the trenches early and then take some flyers on some skill position players later in the draft, right? D-line, Tim Smith from Alabama, he makes some sense here. Excellent run defender. Well-built D-lineman. Not explosive enough to be like a true, 3-down guy. But when I'm looking at who's left on the board here, 6th and 7th round guys. Jake Majors, the center, makes some sense. I kind of want to see what the wide receiver room's looking like. I wouldn't mind bringing in another. Ricky White from UNLV, I really like. Ty Felton from Maryland's on the board. Prather from Maryland, not really so good. Dyke from Florida, not really what I'm looking for. Sam Brown, Will Shepard, Wester, Weeze, Kyron Lacey's on the board. Ricky White from UNLV. All right, guys, we're taking a look at Ricky White right now. Pretty decent blocker for that size, 6'1", 190. Could play slot. He could play outside. He could play a little bit of everywhere. There are some effort issues, but he did play at UNLV. Being teammates with a guy like Amon-Ra St. Brown could really up his game a little bit, man. Learn from a true pro. There's not a better pro in the NFL at wide receiver than Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm taking a flyer on Ricky White in the 6th round. All right, now, on the board, we have 3 7th round picks. It's depth now, man. I want to just bring in good players. Malachi Moore fits that bill. They're really good at safety, right? But bringing in an extra body in that room makes some sense, right? 84 overall grade. I like this pick. Just bringing in good football players, right? That can step up in an emergency, right? Looking at Kareem Reed from Utah, another linebacker excellent against the run, 226, he's too small for me. Tim McKay is on the board. Fairchild, Shamal Mondon, Jr., Jalen Walker. I like bringing in Jalen Walker, right? A little bit small, but the production was there, right? I like him. Mondon from Georgia. He's definitely a lot bigger of a guy. 6'3", 235. I love that size, man. Yeah, man, he's just a physical presence on the field, right? Great physical presence. He's got to get up to the mental sharpness of playing in the NFL, but Dan Campbell's the guy to bring it out of him, man. Mondon Jr. could be a great special teams guy as well at linebacker. I love that pick. All right, now in the 7th round, where do we go? Cypress, the second from Florida State, makes some sense. Very productive in 2022, and so-so the last couple of years. 6 foot 188. That could make some sense. Clay Webb, the guard, excellent run defender. Not the best against the pass, which I don't really like because Jared Goff likes to sling it, right? Likes to sling it. I'm looking at who's left on the board. We want to just fill out this roster with quality football players. Aaron Smith. I always like taking linebackers late because some of them blossom into starters, and then if not, they could just kick ass on special teams. Aaron Smith makes some sense. I like bringing in linebacker. Aubrey Burks is on here. Ooh, Marcus Ware from Montana State. He could be a steal this late in the draft. I like this. I like this pick in the 7th round. All right, Detroit Lions fans, here we are wrapping up this mock draft. PFF gave us a B- overall. They loved our late round picks. A C+, B+, B+ in the 7th round. We crushed it. I do like the Ricky White pick. I just wanted to add a productive wide receiver late in the draft to just kind of balance out this room. And he's got all the skills to be an exceptional NFL player if his work ethic gets up to his capability. And I think Amon-Ra St. Brown can bring that out in him. They love the Lampkin pick. They didn't really like the Noel Williams pick, but if you look, Lions fans, at outside corner, we need another one, right? And where the draft board was, there wasn't great value. We would have been really reaching in the 2nd or 1st round for a corner, right? And I didn't want to do that. Josiah Stewart, great edge defender, really balancing out what Aiden Hutchinson wants to do. He can learn a lot from a guy like that. And Zabel, I'm telling you, the Swiss Army knife of this NFL draft, can play all 5 positions on the offensive line. I think he goes in the 1st round 100%. Lions fans, if you like this draft, let me know in the comments down below. And if you don't like it, maybe I'll do better next time. All right, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Jay All Day Sports Show. Peace.